What's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Sunday. I apologize for missing Friday's video, but we still have a lot to talk about because Zack Snyder is continuing the trend of dropping character teasers every day. And today we have The Flash. And I'm so excited to talk about it because it's probably my favorite one. This one or the Batman. I don't know which one is my favorite so far, but we also have Aquaman and Superman to talk about, of course. And we are also going to talk about the original Justice League arc, or the trilogy plans, and they are pretty amazing, to be honest. So spoilers if you don't want to know about that, but I think they're out there for a reason. So we're going to talk about that. And before we get started, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop your thoughts on all of these trailers in the comments below. If you're watching right now, let me know if you've seen everything already. Let me know which of the teasers is your favorite. So let's go ahead and jump onto the internet and talk about Zack Snyder's The Flash trailer. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play it without the sound just in case I get in trouble here. But you can see it starts off. Actually, screw it. I'm going to play it with the sound. Let me see if you... Hopefully you guys can hear this. Let's start this from the beginning right here. And let's just play it and listen to it and then talk about it.
People with special abilities. You can be whatever you want to be. I can't sit here and watch you run in place. You'll have to run faster than you've ever attempted. You're brilliant, man. Absolute best of the best.
Oh, that's crazy.
Make your own future, your own future. Make your own past, your own past. It's all right now.
Wow. So, yeah, that's The Flash. And of course we get the character poster to go along with it, but wow. Why is this one my favorite next to Batman? Of course, we get a lot of new footage in this one, actually. So, you know, we got a little bit of the extended clip from Iris West. And then we get to see Flash running so fast. So far we've only heard Zack Snyder talk about why Barry was like in his bare feet when he saved Iris, but it's because he runs so fast that he actually tore through his shoes. That's insane. Which is why he needed that his actual suit, which if I remember correctly, he used material from like a satellite or something from Bruce Wayne's tech to create his suit. And then of course we get the extended scene of Kiersey Clemons, and I hope we see a lot more of her in this movie. Probably not a lot, but I hope we see more of her. But this right here, like, wow, this right here, this him entering the Speedforce, and it looks like, I don't know what this is actually. It looks like he's running to a black hole. This is so amazing. And of course we've seen this clip already, but we hear Batman in the background saying you have to run faster than you've ever run before. And this is just so intriguing. And you hear, I think what it sounds like, his dad shouting Barry, or it could be someone else too. I don't know. But this is just such amazing visuals that this is what makes it like probably one of my favorite. The Batman though was probably one of my favorites as well. But since we haven't already, I'm not going to play Aquaman's and Superman's full out because I'm sure you guys have already seen them already. But for Aquaman's, it's all footage that we've pretty much seen either in the trailer or something that Zack Snyder, like right here when he was working on his birthday for this particular shot. But what we do get more of is Vulko telling Aquaman to get time to take up your mother's trident. And basically he has this cool line that, you know, I think we've heard it before, but it says like, we're fighting the devil and the devil's army in hell, or something like that. And that was pretty cool. The other most intriguing one was probably Superman's, because with Superman's, we get to see First Flight number 2, but the big things are right here. Of course, you know, I'm sure you've seen other YouTubers talk about it already, but we get the wonderful Jor-El commentary, but we get to see the suits that we haven't seen right here. And it's in the deleted scenes of Justice League, these suits weren't there. They just framed it in a way so that the black suit was behind him. But we could see that there were many other suits. And of course, this one right here that I'm circling, most likely is Kara's, has a cape, looks like a red cape. And it has the Kryptonian armor, but when that armor is stripped down, as we saw from Man of Steel, when Zod stripped his armor off, you have the kind of the family sigils on their chest, and they're in their Kryptonian, uniforms. So that's pretty awesome. You get the other kind of like their astronaut uniform right there, and it's would Lex Luthor ever get his hands on something like that? It would make sense because of his armor in the comics, but I'm kind of going too far ahead of myself right here. The big thing, of course, is the flight number 2, and that was awesome. So yeah, those are the character teasers, and of course the Batman teaser was probably my favorite. But so far, man, this Flash one I think is the most intriguing for me because of the Speedforce aspect of it. And myself included, I've always made fun of how Barry runs in we've seen him run normally, and then we see him in this trailer running with that weird gait, but it almost may feel a little more feasible if he's in the Speed Force and he has a lot of forces, I guess you could say, that are going against him, and that's why his running mechanics are so awkward. I don't know, it's more believable when it looks like this, so I'm absolutely loving how this looks right now. Let me see if I what else I liked and had to talk about here. So I posted on our Twitter page that the Flash, after seeing the Flash in the original Justice League trailer, inspired me to make a cosplay, and I think I've showed this on the channel before, but this was my first cosplay I ever tried to do. And of course it was kind of janky, but I thought it was pretty cool for my first cosplay. I was watching, of course, Batman v Superman with my son yesterday. Probably shouldn't be showing all this violence right here, but yeah. He says Ben Affleck is the best Batman, and I tend to agree with him. And I'm just kidding, of course. So we got other stuff like, other YouTubers. We got Ray Porter, who went on to Dave, the Film Junkies podcast, and said that famous line. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been happening over here. But the other thing that's happening, I'm actually going to jump onto the main scene. Let's move on to the next and last topic of today. And of course, that is going to be the topic of Zack Snyder's original trilogy arc. And of course, the big bad was going to be Darkseid. Let me switch back to the internet and show you this super high-res image of Darkseid. And wow, this looks amazing. I was kind of a little iffy on the CGI when we first saw him, but wow, this looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, so that just looks like a menacing villain. And what now I have to show you, what we have to talk about is the original trilogy arc for Justice League. Now, the reason why I've switched onto the main screen here is because I guess these storyboards weren't supposed to be released, but a lot of fans are speculating that they got leaked out there for a reason, because when you read through them, and there are 3 big long storyboards that are actually on display at a museum in Dallas right now. I guess you can photograph and take videos of everything in that museum, which kind of focuses on the nightmare scene of Justice League. But these storyboards, apparently in the museum, you cannot take pictures of them. And it looks like Warner Brothers didn't want these out, and these are storyboards that were written and collaborated with, Jim Lee and Jeff Johns to kind of, they're not really storyboards, they're just kind of like a plan for Justice League's arc. So I'm just going to summarize it for you and let you know what are on these storyboards. But if you are clever, you can go onto Twitter and find them yourself. I just don't want to get in trouble here. So basically, the arcs of Justice League 2 and 2A and 3 are pretty much written down here. And let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Oh, I can't really on this computer. So this might be hard to read right here. I read them on my phone before. Maybe I can pull them up on my phone. But basically, so the Justice League was not going to... I'm sorry for the sound right there. Justice League was not going to initially jump right into Darkseid for the second movie. Instead, we were going to get a little bit a character focused movie, and it was going to really focus in on that Nightmare timeline. Let me see if I can pull them up right here. Okay, got it right here. Apologize for that. Let's take a look at this. So basically the arcs, it outlines the arcs of all the characters, but the big thing that was really crazy is that Lex Luthor was going to be creating his own like Legion of Doom of sorts. And of course, that was something that was teased at the end of Justice League. Who knows what's going to be in the Zack Snyder's version of that. But it was going to consist of Dr. Maru from Wonder Woman, Dr. Poison, and it was they were gonna also break out. Dr. Maru at this point is kind of stalking Wonder Woman and just creating new poisons out there, and then Lex Luthor says this line, "Let it begin," and it kind of sounds like a Lex Luthor line, and they go on to recruit Black Manta. They break Black Manta and Orm out of prison. Let's see who else they have. And the new one was Leonard Snart. So Captain Cold, that he was going to be originally in the Flash movie. Of course, it was going to focus on the Rogues, and that was with Rick Famuyiwa. I forget how to say his name. Rick Famuyiwa. Sorry if I butchered that, but. So basically, Justice League 2 would start off with the Justice League already formed and fighting as a team. And you get to see, it says here that it's going to be focused on the tension that's going on politically around the world after the aftermath of all that's happened, right? So basically, there's a lot of tension. Each character is going through their own battles. Superman seems a little bit distant from Lois, and there's this weird tension between him and Bruce. Aquaman is a little bit worried about how the people of Atlantis are going to interact with the surface world, and then I guess Wonder Woman is like telling Aquaman that, hey, my people abandoned these people a long time ago. So I guess Cyborg and the Flash are working on freeing Barry Allen's dad. And so that's where we are in Justice League 2. And then, as I mentioned, Lex Luthor goes on to form his own league, which is so awesome. But an interesting little detail here is that in the storyboards, what Wonder Woman has to go through, she's trying to figure out a way to get back to Themyscira, or find a way back to Themyscira. And to do that, she actually ropes herself with the lasso of truth. But in that, she finds the way to Themyscira, but also sees a vision of herself killing Superman, which is insane. I can't even believe having to see that or seeing that in the theaters and what that might look like. So she also sees herself as the god of war, which is absolutely nuts. And there's a little illustration of what that might look like here on these storyboards. But yeah, so Batman and Lois are on the hunt for Lex Luthor, and there's a weird tension between them because of what might be growing in Lois's belly. And of course, if you've seen or purchased the All the Gods shirt from Zack Snyder, then you know that in the end there is a baby. And the thing is, there is also a fast forward in which Batman commits some sort of sacrifice, and then Lois has to announce to everyone what who the father of her child is. And of course, this it says right here, I'm just going to read the last part of you. In Gotham, rising from the shadows and out into the moment, we meet the new Batman. So basically, Lois was going to give birth to Bruce's son, who is the new Batman. Crazy. And I know I kind of went through this incredibly fast and not in detail, but I don't want to get in trouble for talking about this. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of the tidbits that I thought were awesome from Justice League 2 and 3. And, a lot of the criticism when Zack Snyder talked about how there was, or I think it leaked that Lois and I think it was from the article that came out, but Lois and Bruce were going to have a romance, and that WB shut that down. At first, a lot of people would say, yeah, that's probably not a good idea, but when you hear it coming from these storyboards, it actually sounds like a pretty good storyline. Really, it feels like something that could happen. It feels like something that's feasible in this world that Zack Snyder has created, and it actually adds a lot of tension and drama between the Justice League characters. And it's not all sunshine and rainbows with these complex characters, right? So I just thought that was awesome. I wanted to give you guys a little taste of what the arcs would have been and what would have been included. It doesn't go into detail into how they defeat Darkseid, I believe. So I'm reading this on a small phone and don't have my glasses, so I apologize for that. But yeah, if you guys have seen the storyboards, let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what you guys think of this story. Would you have liked to see it? And I'm thinking, and it is out in the Twitter sphere if you guys want to check that out and read it. I just don't want to share it on here. But if you would have loved to see this, I think they're out there for a reason, because I would have loved to see the Legion of Doom form. And, it may not be the characters that you imagined in the Legion of Doom, but I think it fits well with the universe here. So cannot wait for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Cannot wait till the 18th. Let me know what you guys think about the character teasers and the storyboards in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Monday's video. You guys have a good day. Peace.